The shuffler's rigged.
Welcome to another video. Today we are testing out another spicy water deck. And why is this a water deck? Alright, because you're going to ask, alright? It's because of Sujin, a water monster. Also, I ate a lot of sushi just before recording this, so I'm full of fish right now. And if I just ate sushi, you know, every deck's really a fish deck because the fish is inside me. Alright, what do we got? We got Labyrinths, we got Cash Tiras, because we're not just playing Fenrir as a splash, alright? Fenrir is in here for value because all of these Gate Guardian cards are level 7s. And Cash Tiras has a lot of synergy with level 7s. Someone inspired me in the last video, so make sure to check that one out if you want to see why I'm doing this. Alright, so let's start things off with the Cash Tiras. Now we're also playing my favorite DP package. I love DP so much. Opponent slapping us with the Max C after we've already summoned twice. This was a normal though, so opponent only would have drawn one card from our Cash Tira. We could combo more, alright? We could combo more. I was thinking about doing my little Sujin, Kazuchin, Sangan of Thunder, summon our big boss from the extra deck, because you can just summon him. That's why this deck is so fun, alright? Basically, all you gotta do is get any of these cards either in your hand or in your graveyard or on the field using your Labyrinth effects, and you can just immediately vomit your big boss, Gate Guardians combined, on the field by banishing them from the hand, from the field, from the graveyard. But we don't want to let our opponent drop so many cards, so we're going to leave our tank on the field. We're going to Fusion Destiny, give him one more card. We got Pop, we got Interaction with the Fenrir, and we're just going to hope to live for a turn, and then we'll get Gate Guardianing later, alright? Because Gate Guardians, just this Labyrinth heavy tank, normal summon to level 7, that's some XZs. Now, opponent firing off this Infernoble Arms, trying to tutor a fire monster. Let's get popping, alright? DP Pop itself, Pop the Sangan, Sang of Thunder, Pop the Equip, don't let him search, but opponent has reinforcements of the army, searching for Vanquished Souls. Is Vanquished Souls better than our beautiful Labyrinth? Well, we'll just have to find out. Opponent getting the Rock of Wonders. We're holding off on this Fenrir, because some of the Vanquished Souls will bounce Vanquished Souls back to the hand. So I'm banishing the Vanquished Soul monster, the Link monster, which they cannot bounce. It is not actually a Vanquished Soul. Opponent revealing Ash Blossom from the hand, so we got to worry about that. Revealing a Vanquished Soul Trinity from the hand. Setting to back row. DP pops himself, but he will come back on our turn, and that's why I love the DP. Let's get normal summoning the Sang of Thunder with the effect of the Dasher in the graveyard. We can normal summon a monster we drew. Very powerful when a lot of your deck is very bricky level 7s. So let's get summoning. Now, you notice we did happen to draw all 3 pieces, so we can go straight in to the Gate Guardianing right now. Also, Labyrinth Heavy Tank, during the main phase, can place one of them from the deck straight onto the field. You saw me do that last turn. But we have some options here, alright? Let's target and banish our Vanquished Soul. Jowgen, opponent. Vanquished Soul negating. See, Cash Tira is useless. What is he even doing? He's doing nothing. He's got to negate it. But we don't need Cash Tiras. We got Gate Guardians. Opponent burning us. DP comeback. We can pop this back row. Let's activate our Labyrinth Heavy Tank. And here's the trick, alright? Kaizukin, Sanga of Thunder, Sujin. They don't just make, alright, they don't just make the big Gate Guardian combined. Because one of the Gate Guardian pieces is the best one, alright? I'm a little biased, alright? And we're about to make it. We normal summoned Sujin using our Destiny Hero Denier and tribute summoning our Sanga, and when we have 2 on the field, you can fusion summon into the small modes. And the best small mode, if you have the option, the best small mode is Gate Guardian Wind and Water. I know he's Wind attribute, but he's also Water attribute. Also, I already told you about the sushi. If I fall asleep, it's because the sushi is making me sleepy. Alright, Gate Guardian Wind and Water can negate twice a turn, negate a spell and trap card or effect. So, we got Spell Trap Negate, we got DPE Pop, we got Labyrinth Heavy Tank. Opponent doesn't want to see it. Spell Trap Negate too much for the Vanquished Soul. Looks like they were the ones whose souls got vanquished. Let's go on to the next game. If you want to see the full deck list, I will have it at the end of the video. But this deck is very, very fun. I will tell you that. All right, is this the most toppest tier, most competitive deck in the world? No, but it is extremely fun. Opponent going first. playing the dangers, getting the danger jackalope, getting the danger thunderbird, and opponent ending the turn. Now this is the sort of board that Gate Guardians loves. It's a board with a set back row and absolutely nothing going on. Let's punish our opponent, Gate Guardian style, with some Cash Tiras. Cash Tira Unicorn, get the Cash Tira Birth, and Cash Tira Birth. Alright, even if you're not playing all the Cash Tiras, you gotta play Cash Tira Birth in the Gate Guardian deck because it just lets you normal summon your Gate Guardians. Get a normal summoning. We're actually, sorry, that was actually the effect to special summon, I believe. Alright, once per turn during your main phase, special summon a Cash Tira that's banished from your graveyard. No, we normal summon. We normal summon the Fenrir. I don't know what I'm talking about. Labyrinth Wall activating, getting the Kazakin.
Isn't that amazing? A whole deck about walls.
Kazajin. And now we activate a second one. Get the Sujin, and this is like I said, alright, you want to make your spell trap negate if you have the option. We could have gone for the big Gate Guardian boss, who's great, you know, sometimes he's good. You want him, he's extra thick. He protects from targeting effects, which is very good against Cash Tiras. But opponents got a lot of set back row. Or if you're going first, you want these two. You want Water, Wind. Fusion summons, contact fuse into the Wind and Thunder. Cash Tira Fenrir, search for the Rise Heart. Get Ryzen. Summon the Cash Tira Shangri-Ira. Activate the Rise Heart next to trigger the Shangri-Ira and lock a zone, banishing random cards from our opponent's deck. And now we can re-summon our Cash Tira Unicorn and go into the Rise Heart. Get a Rising. And now if we banish 3 cards, a Rise Heart gonna let us banish. Opponent playing, that was a Mirror Jade. Opponent playing Mirror Jade, let's get banishing some zones. Opponent, you don't need all these zones. Reattach our Sujin because, alright, when you're doing this, always make sure to reattach your Gate Guardians. Because if your Rise Heart gets popped, your Sujin will go to the graveyard, and you can use your Gate Guardian Big Boss for free. Summon him, just summon him for free. Let's reattach all our Gate Guardians. Spin our opponent's Thunderbird. Card got banished, so we get to lock a zone. We also get to reattach materials to the Rise Heart. And look at this negate. Opponent can't do anything. The face down spell trap is useless, but opponent is summoning a Battle Fader. The battle is faded, but opponent, you're only delaying the inevitable. You're very rapidly running out of zones here. Cash Tira Fenrir. Getting out here, an opponent hitting us with the Volcanic Queen. They kaiju'd us with not even a kaiju. Volcanic Queen, special summons tributing a monster your opponent controls. So, very rude. Triggers are a Rise Heart though. Opponent interrupted kaiju slumbering. Oh my goodness. Alright, maybe we shouldn't have been so cavalier about Gate Guardians and this jokeable board. This jokeable board was actually a set Kaiju Slumber, which we could not punish because opponent turtled our monster. I don't know why. They're giving us the turtle. Sorry, they're giving us the turtle. Now, they couldn't pop the Shangri-Ira, but Shangri-Ira only destroy a protectable once per turn, I believe. So, Cash Tira Birth triggering. We get to banish a bunch of cards from our opponent's graveyard face down, lock our opponent's final zone. So, opponent's got the turtle. Alright, they gave us the turtle. They gave themselves the Dolgoran, the dinosaur, and they probably think they're in a hot space. They're like, I'm gonna kill your turtle, and you know, I'm gonna get revenge, and there's nothing you can do. Opponent cavalierly getting in for an attack, but we got the old trick in the graveyard. The Shadow Ghoul has an effect if your opponent's monster battles while you control a Labyrinth Wall card. Banish from the graveyard, destroy that monster opponent. How could you not read every card in our graveyard? Get popped. Dolgoran be gone. Opponent has nothing. The wall gets revenge. Let's resummon that Fenrir. Let's activate the Labyrinth. Get our big boss, the Labyrinth Gate Guardians combined. Normal summoner Cash Tira Unicorn. Get attacking, and opponent knows it's lethal damage. They got nothing. They are done. Gate Guardians are amazing. Let's go on to the next game. If you like the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll have quality content in the future. And we got some upcoming special deals. YouTube is changing the rules for channels. I can start some interesting gifts, alright, coming in the future. I won't say anymore for now. Opponent, another great board to see going second with your Gate Guardians. Opponent, setting one back row, firing off an Ash Blossom. Negating our Cash Tira Fenrir. Now I will have a dueling sink or swim at the end of this video, so make sure to stick around for that. We got 2 fan videos. We're going to make them battle each other, decide who is the swim, who is the sink. You get to comment below and let me know if I did the right choice or if I made a huge mistake. Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Get our Kazakin, get our Sujin, get the negate, wind and water on the field. Get in with the Kashtira. Normal summon, max C to summon Verte Anaconda, because this used to be what you would always do. You could always do this. You'd summon any 2 monsters, you get negated. Any 2 monsters, you make Verte, and then you activate, summon the DPE. And that is why I love DP so much. It's just such a versatile escape route. Alright? Things get messed up, things go sideways. DPE, start popping once a turn. Get that grind game going. Opponent had a Solemn Judgment. I don't understand how opponent went through this entire turn and did not see a single thing that they wanted to Solemn Judgment. But hey, opponent just, they didn't want to do it. They didn't want to do it. They're like, no, none of this is good enough. I want to keep my life points. And opponent knows they are done. Wind and water DPE too strong. Gate Guardians do it again. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. We got another beautiful hand. We got DPE. We got the Magician's Souls. And it was hard for me, alright, when I was building this deck, to fit all our hand traps, all our Kashtira pieces, and our Magician's Soul. Opponent firing off Ash Blossom versus our Shadow Ghoul, so we're not going to get searching. We're getting negated. Now, Magician's Soul is very powerful in this deck because it can send one of the pieces to the graveyard. Kazajin is a spellcaster, so you can activate your Magician's Soul's effect in the hand, summon it by sending the Kazajin to the graveyard from the deck. Now, everyone, I know this is a UR, but everyone has easy access to this because it's in the Dark Magician structure deck. So even if you don't like Dark Magicians, but you like Gate Guardians, you can get the Magician's Soul super cheap, and you can start playing the Gate Guardians. Now, I was having a hard time deciding how many copies of this to run, but I think I settled on 2. Alright, but you'll check out the final deck list at the end of the video. Let's normal summon our heavy tank, discarding the Fusion Destiny. And you're probably wondering, hey, why'd you discard this? Isn't this really good? Shouldn't you wanting to be activating this? Don't worry, we got plans. Labyrinth, heavy tank, getting the Sujin. We're gonna get ourselves the Gate Guardians combined. And now, we're gonna make the Verte. That's right. I had the expectation that by discarding with my Magician's Souls, a monster from the field which was in the spell trap zone, and my Fusion Destiny to draw 2 cards, I was going to draw into something good, and then I'd just be able to make Verte, and I'll use the other copy of Fusion Destiny in the deck to make my DPE. So we got Gate Guardians combined, we got DPE. To see the value, DPE value is extremely high here. Also gives you something to do with your Magician's Souls once you summon him on the field, because often he's just going to be sitting there looking kind of useless. Opponent playing Madolches. We are going to hold. We got targeting protection with the Gate Guardians combined. We can pop with the DP, but we're just going to wait. Alright? We don't even need to protect our Predaplant Verte Anaconda, although we can activate him. He's got a secret second mode. Alright? Verte Anaconda can also get, I don't know if it'll even show it. Will it show it in the list? There's a card in here you wouldn't expect to be able to use. It's Fusion Deployment. And because all of the Gate Guardian monsters are named in Fusion monsters, they're all in the Banish Zone right now, you can use Fusion Deployment to get them out. So you make Verte, and then activate Fusion Deployment from the deck to get your Gate Guardian monsters. And then you can go into the Gate Guardian. So that's why Verte extra necessary for this deck. I haven't seen Verte around in competitive decks in a long time, but in this deck you definitely want to play him. We're also playing, or I was playing, I don't know if I had some Super Poly targets. I was testing that out, ended up cutting it. Super Poly not always good in the meta, so right now I didn't feel Super Poly was too hot, so I cut it, but definitely something to test out. DP on field, we got Kashtira Riseheart, we got the Gate Guardians combined. Opponent firing off Madolche Promenade, targeting our monster to do bad things to it. Gate Guardians combined says no, negate your effect that targets. Opponent's Promenade is negated. No pudding nonsense for you. Kashtira Riseheart start banishing their nonsense Madolches. Summon that Denier. Get poppin'. The back row. DP come back later. Crash into our opponent, deal a bunch of damage. Opponent. Shuffling things into the deck. Get in. Main phase 2. We got no plays. we're just going to leave our Gate Guardians and our little monsters in attack mode. We're going to summon our Destiny Hero. An opponent can't handle the pop, can't handle the targeting negate. Didn't you need to fire off that Max C? Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. Another beautiful Gate Guardian hand. I really love that all these pieces just, you know, summon themselves and then just search one thing. You're not doing a long wombo combo. You're doing a nice little simple play. Labyrinth Heavy Tank. Get your Sanga. Activate your Labyrinth Wall. Get your Kazajin. Activate your second Labyrinth Heavy Wall. Get your third one. And here you go. Get that negate. Get the Gate Guardian Wind and Thunder. Fire off that Rise Heart. Get the Shangri-Era. Activate the Shangri-Era. Get ourselves the one material Rise Heart. Rise Heart, we got Spell Trap Negate. We've got this evenly matched, which we probably won't find a use for unless opponent has a lot of outs right now. Let's see what the opponent can do. Opponent has 6 cards. Let's start by summoning a Cashier Fenrir. Opponent firing off this Harpy Feather Duster. That would pop our Labyrinth Wall Shadow and our Sanga. We have 2 negates with the Gate Guardian, so I don't mind using the first one. This isn't major. Like, we could have let this resolve, but I'm gonna use 1 negate to stop him from getting that Harpy Feather Duster. But we're gonna be very careful about the second negate here, because opponent could try and bait us out. That was definitely a low value Harpy Feather Duster. Opponent's card went to the Banish Zone, so we got the Rise Heart. Opponent firing off that gold gadget, summoning a Bee Buster Drake. Let's get banishing, giving us another material on that Rise Heart, a lock in a zone. Usually I lock a Pendulum Zone first, which we've done, and then after you lock off Pendulum monsters so that you make sure they never play them again, you start locking off monster zones. Opponent with the Moon Mirror Shield, go into battle, banish the monster. Moon Mirror Shield is gone. Opponent could have negated that Moon Mirror Shield, but we let it go. We're not worried about no Moon Mirror Shield. Get back our Kazajin. Opponent firing off this Lightning Storm, and now we're letting that go. Now, I could have negated this, alright? We could have negated with the Gate Guardian, but I'm like, I don't know what opponent's last card is. Whatever it is, if it's devastating, Raigeki, other nonsense, we want to hold that negate for something that actually impacts us. An opponent got nothing. Pass in the turn, Gate Guardian, Wind and Thunder. Just that second negate holding it was all we needed, and this is easy lethal damage. Massive attack power with the Gate Guardians, over 10,000 attack. Take a peek, steal our opponent's Zeus, banish the monster. Rise Heart gonna activate. We're locking more zones, and opponent has very little hope left. Their only hope is nonsense, and that there's no way they have nonsense right now. That's lethal damage with wind and water. Gate Guardians, let's go. Let's do one more game, and then on to the sink or swims. You let me know what deck to try out next. Gate Guardians, very splashable. Could definitely mix this with some other archetypes. Opponent going first, playing Math Mechs. And you know what? We're finally facing off against a real board. I believe it this time. Math Mechs with Math Mech Circular. They're going to wombo combo. They're probably going to make negates. They're probably going to make pops. How does Labyrinth Kashtira's with DPE Splash, how does it do against top tier wombo combo? Opponent's going to wombo combo for a little while. Now, they're not going into the normal Math Mech combo here. They're going full Link shenanigans. Let's see what opponent does. Firewall Dragon, sending to the graveyard the Cyberse D-Save Worm, linking into the G-Golem Crystal Heart, re-getting back that access code Talker to link up into the Heat Soul to draw a card on their turn and draw a card on our turn. That's like Pot of Greed. Pot of Greed, 50% Pot of Greed for each turn. Also, we got to be careful here, because opponent, they have some tricks. They get some sneaky tricks. All right, let's activate our Wall Shadow. Opponent drawing a card. Wall Shadow gonna let us set a Labyrinth monster to the field. Opponent firing off the Firewall Dragon, sending a monster from their extra deck to the graveyard. Meteologic, who knows what this word is? Aggregator. And Aggregator has an effect if it's sent to the graveyard, target a face-up card on the field, negate its effects. So, not sure why opponent sent that after we'd already activated this. It's too late to negate it. We already got the Sujin, so opponent negating the effect. Not doing anything right now. Let's fire off the Magician Souls, sending the Kazajin to the graveyard. Gotta be careful about your names, alright? Sujin, not searchable with the Magician Souls, so you want to hold that one. to the field with your Labyrinth Tank, with your Labyrinth Wall Shadow. Normal summon the Labyrinth Tank. Get the Sanga Thunder. And we get to pop a card. Why do we get to pop a card? Because it says if you control a Labyrinth Wall card, while you do this, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls when you activate. So we get to pop it. I want to fire off Ash Blossom to stop our draw with the Magician's Souls, sending the materials to the graveyard. Another great use for the souls, alright? You're going to be adding these monsters to your spell trap zone, but you can banish them from the graveyard to summon your Gate Guardians combined. So why not just send them to the graveyard to draw with Magician's Souls, draw 2, and then you just banish them from the graveyard instead of banishing them from the field. That's extra value. But opponent negating. Let's make that Gate Guardian combined. Let's fire off the DPE. Opponent. Now, if that opponent had some sort of negate going on, I was pretty sure there was some monster negate nonsense in the graveyard. Yeah, there you go. When your opponent activates a spell, trap card, or effect while you control a Link 4 or higher Cybers, you can banish this from the graveyard and negate. So opponent never ended up being able to use this to save Worm. We got him. Denier coming out here. Pop our opponent's Deco Talker Heat Soul. Get in for some big, thick damage. Lethal damage, in fact, with the Gate Guardians combined. Opponent really should have gone for the normal opening with their silly little circular math mechs. Clearly no match for the Gate Guardians combined. Let's go on to sink or swim. Alright, we're back with dueling sink or swim. So we gotta see, alright? We're gonna have one sink and one swim tonight. So we gotta see who's the sink and who's the swim. Protocurity, our first player. And this video was from the Ritual event. So we're only gonna be seeing Ritual monsters here. That's why our opponent playing Rescue Ace, famous Ritual deck. Alright, everyone knows Rescue Ace, a Ritual deck. And what they do, they set up their HQ, they get their big boss, and then they set a bunch of back row. Unless they don't have that great of an opening, and they get Airlift or Fire Engine and Fire Attack, and then they don't do anything. So we got an opportunity to show off our ritualing power. Let's show it off. Uni Zombie, triggering our opponent's Rescue Ace impulse to summon the Hydrant, but Hydrant not doing anything right now. Vendread Evolution, getting the Revendread Slayer. Revendred's a zombie ritual archetype that does things. What things do they do? I'm going to be honest, I know nothing about Revendreds, but we're summoning Cross Sheep. Getting a Ravenous Revendred ritual spell, but Revendred Origin, we're going to fire off first anyway. Getting that Battlelord on field. Cross Sheep going to get triggered, draw 2, discard 2. And I saw some Shiranuis, but we don't have any synchro monsters that we can synchro with our Shiranuis, so maybe that's just in there for fun. Revendred Slayer getting out here. And can Revendreds get big lethal damage against a massive board like this? We'll just have to see. Revendred Slayer, a zombie link monster. I didn't know that this was allowed in the ritual event, but it is a ritual archetype, so that makes sense. Thank you, Konami, for blessing our zombie friend with the ability to make link plays. Revendred Slayer adding back this Origin to the hand. And we're ritualing summoning. This is like our 5th ritual monster. We're going crazy with the ritual summons. Again, the Executor, which is named Revendred Slayer. Very confusing. Slayer getting in, reducing the attack. Popping the monsters. Getting all of them, even that Hydrant. Opponent down to 3 cards. We got a set trap. So all we did really, was summon a bunch of beat sticks. And maybe these beat sticks have effects, but all I saw was beat sticking. We got this Vendred Daybreak here. Something about destroying all cards on the field. Sounds good. Opponent activating their HQ. Oh, looks like these aren't just beat sticks. That was a quick effect banish on activation. Very spicy. What does this say? It says something. Declare spell trap. Monster can't activate it. Who knows? Who knows? How did that even get banished? I have no idea. We should check. Hold on. We should check the log. The log has all the answers. All the questions will be revealed when we check the log. Revendred Battlelord. Activate. Apply the effect of the Hound Horde. Once per turn, quick effect. Target a spell trap, banish it. So we ritual summon using this monster. So very cool. So you ritual summon using your Vendreds, and it gives your ritual monsters bonus effects. So they're not beat sticks. They have secret hidden effects that nobody knows about because nobody's going to read all these Revenge Reds. So they could do anything. Who knows? Fire Hydrant searching for the Rescue Ace. Not that one, though. The airlift they just summoned. We got Fire Engine in the hand. There it is. There it is. The Turbulence. Turbulence will set all of their Rescue Ace spell traps. But we have a secret up our sleeve here. Daybreak just chilling in the spell trap zone. Opponent setting all their back row. It's Vendred Daybreak time. Opponent firing off their Rescue Ace Rescue to summon that airlifter, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We full Raigeki their field. Oh, what was that effect there? I thought we were only going to get the monsters. What does this say? It says if a zombie monster would be destroyed, banish this from your graveyard instead. So all our monsters would have been destroyed, but we protected all our monsters with a single card. That is pretty impressive. Algul Mizara protecting our monsters from our full field wipe with that trap. And opponent, they've been Shrek'd and they are done. Love to see it. Revenge Reds getting that full field wipe. That's pretty spicy. But is it the sink or the swim? Let's see the next video and figure it out. All right, on to the next one. Let's see. Are we the sink or are we the swim? And we're playing Manadium Vsauce. Did I make a mistake? Are we already this far in the future that we're watching Vsauce? I thought we had a ways to go before Vsauce showed up, but we must be closer to the future than I thought. All right. Opponent, Pressured Planet. They're playing Cash Tiras. Show me how Vsauce works. All right. All I know is that Michael Vsauce is here, and we got Cash Tiras and we got Manadiums, and this is a water monster, so this is a deck I can play if I can figure out how it works. Opponent also playing Vsauce Manadiums. Here I was thinking they were playing Cash Tiras, but they're wombo comboing. Synchro summoning an Excel Stardust to go into a level 10 Synchro with the Manadium Meek, making Scareclaw Lightheart. And this deck, I'm pretty sure this is like the most expensive deck ever. I'm pretty sure it's like 30, no, it's like 50 URs. It's like complete nonsense. We got UR City over here. Cross Sheep getting out here. This isn't the ritual event. What's going on? Bestial Dissipator getting on the field. Vicious Astrolaud on the field. Making a Baron. Resummoning of the Vsauce. Getting that Scareclaw just to make a Sprite Elf. And now we're playing Sprites as well. Scareclaw, Sprites, Vsauce, making that Chaos Angel. Unaffected Chaos Angel. Opponent, this board is unreal. We got Baron Negate. I mean, not a lot of actual disruptions. This is only real disruption on attack. So we actually only have one Negate. And we got the Dissipator to summon things. Plus this one back row. I don't really know what Sprite Elf is doing here. What does Sprite Elf even summon? Are we just going to get Manadium Meek? Who knows? Destroy them, Vsauce friend. Let's see what our opponent can do. Oh, we're getting Max Seed as well. This is some gas. We're working with gas now. Scareclaw Cash Tira in our hand. We're drawing 2, discarding 2. Getting that Manadium Meek. Vsauce. Live. Opponent negating and banishing our Manadium Meek. Dangerous, dangerous. Fire off that Peaceful Planet. Opponent Ash Blossoming. And every time we special summon, they are drawing a card because of Max C. Baron de Fleur. Not even using the negate. We tried to banish him, but opponent used Bestial Dissipator. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, target banish card, shuffle the deck. And if you shuffled it into your opponent's deck, negate the activate effect. I didn't know Bestial Dissipator was a negate. Here I am learning. Let's summon the Scareclaw Lightheart. Opponent drawing a card. Activating Baron to negate the effect to search. How do we get out of this situation? You know, like this is... I need to know. Scareclaw Lightheart getting summoned. I guess this is a hard once per turn. Getting the Primitive Planet. Planet activating. Getting the Reichart. Are we going to deck our opponent out? They got 19 cards. Scareclaw Rival. Drawing the Triple Tactics. Are we going to get Stealing with the Triple Tactics? Cross Sheepin. Why Cross Sheep? Someone explain to me. Why are we playing Cross Sheep? There's got to be better Link monsters. We're using for the boost. Are we using it for the fusion summon mode? Who knows? Let's get back Vsauce with our Scareclaw Rival. Summon back that Lightheart. Get yoinking the Chaos Angel. Make our own Baron de Fleur. Summon our own Vicious Astrolaud. Targeting Bestial Dissipator. fire off our own Maxi because opponents drawing a billion cards. Why don't we draw a billion cards? Summon Maxi from the graveyard. I don't even know what's going on. Negating the effect in the graveyard of the Meek, popping a monster, and opponent giving up. What is this nonsense? Do we have lethal damage? Were we going to make our opponent draw their entire deck? I have no idea. That was so confusing. Alright, listen. I don't know what's going on. All I see is a billion URs flying around. Maybe I'm too dumb. Maybe I'm not big brain enough for this deck yet. You guys tell me in the comments. But for now, I just feel I'm not ready for this yet. I'm going to give it to the Revendreds. Wipe the whole field. I understood what happened. I was happy. It satisfied me in a way that I cannot explain. Maybe it's just because I'm full of sushi. Or maybe it's because I suddenly love zombies. But we're giving it to our Revendred friend. And you, my friend, are the sink today. Sky, I'm sorry. You keep trying. You show me the way to play Manadiums. Next time, convince me. Thank you for watching. Let's go on to our deck list. Alright, now I know I said this deck was a meme deck, but I actually ranked up all the way to duel level 17 with this deck list, and I wasn't like trying very hard. So, you know, maybe this is a real deck. And I even have Super Poly in my final deck list after saying that I was testing it out. So check out this list, see what you think. We got Triple Magician Souls to send and summon, get materials on field to make our Verte, make our DPE, or just make Verte and use the Fusion Deployment, which we only have at 1. We got 1 copy of Fusion Deployment, the special spice, just so we can activate our Predaplant Verte. Triple Souls here. 2 Maxis, 2 Ash Blossoms. Why only 2? Because you never need more than 2. You could cut something, or you could cut a Souls, play another Maxi if you really want. But I don't like too many Maxis. I find they're bricky, alright? So, you know, you can complain if you want, but that's how I feel. 2 Ash Blossoms. We got Destiny Hero Denier. We got Kashtira Rise Heart. We got triple Ghoul, triple Shadow Ghoul. 1 Dasher. We got 2 Sanguf Thunder, 2 Kazujin, triple Suijin. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, this deck, you could brick really hard with this. And it is true, alright? You could have a hand that's like Destiny Hero Denier, double Sanga Thunder, 1 Kazujin, and like Kashtira Birth, and you're probably having a bad time. But you know what? We allow the bricks, they happen. You just gotta believe in the heart of the cards, and you'll draw whatever you need. We got 2 Kashtira Fenrirs, triple Unicorn, because Unicorn can search Birth. You get summon in your Kazujin, your other nonsense. We got triple Labyrinth Tank. We got 2 copies of Fusion Destiny. We got Lightning Storm. We already talked about the Fusion Deployment. We got 1 Kashtira Theosis to do full Kashtira combo if we want to with our Unicorn. We got triple Labyrinth Wall Shadow, and look how cheap the Labyrinth side of this deck is. N, 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 R. Like, these are all R's. Like, what even is this deck? It's so cheap. It's hilarious. We got the 1 Super Poly. Don't forget, Verte can use Super Poly from the deck. We got 2 Call by the Graves. And we got the double attack Wind and Thunder. Where's the water? It's in my belly. The sushi. We got Mood Dragon of the Swamp as a Super Poly target. Garura as a Super Poly target. Starving Venom as a Super Poly target. If you don't want to play Super Poly, you don't have to play these. Play anything else you want. So, flexibility, alright? We got the DP package. Again, optional. You can play whatever you want in this. You just play more hand traps. If you want to cut DP, you can just play another Ash Blossom. You can play more Impermanences. You know, you don't have to run DP, but I love my DP. He's a good boy, alright? We got 1 Wind and Thunder. We got 1 Wind and Water. And we got 1 Water and Thunder. You're only going to want to make those ones occasionally. They do have their uses, though. Gate Guardians combined, I thought about playing at 2, but you don't need to play at 2. Alright, 1 is fine. You're going to make this too often a second time. Most duels are over by then. If you really want the grind game, you can play a second copy, but let's be honest. Once is usually enough. We got Big Eye. We got Mecha Phantom Beast. We got the Kashtiras, and don't underestimate the power of this plane. Just making 2 materials and popping a card on the field. It's like a DPE. It's like a very slow DPE that also can't be destroyed by battle while you control a token. Or card effect. You know, he's trying his best. We got 1 Shangri-La, we got 1 Kashtira Rise Heart, we got the Verte, Anaconda, we got Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, who's very good with our very high level monsters. You know, you summon the Souls, maybe you got a Labyrinth Tank on the field, and a Souls and something else. Go into Blackluster Soldier, pop a little monster. He's suddenly unaffectable, got 4,500 attack points. That's pretty thick. And we got the Underworld Goddesses out things that can't be outed any other way. Hope you like the deck list. Thanks for watching the video. And I'll see you next time. Have a good night.